Hi, I'm Teddy Costella. I'm the coach here at Paracore Boxing and Fitness in Vancouver, British Columbia. One of the questions I get asked all the time is, what do I do at open gym? So that's what this video is about. And it's not just our open gym. I'm going to tell you how to fit in at any gym you go to, any boxing club in the world. After watching this video, you'll know exactly what to do at every single one of those clubs, including our very own. So here we go. It all starts with wrapping your hands. Okay, how to wrap your hands. So I've already done a video of the basic way to wrap your hands. I'm going to show you the more advanced way. It starts off, you take the wrap, you roll it out. You grab the loop, put it on your pointer finger, and you're going to go about 5 times around. 1, keeping your fingers spread a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Once you've done that, you've made a nice little pad. You grab that little loop inside there, pull it out, flatten it out so you have a nice pad, okay? That pad goes on your knuckles. You want the wrap to go towards your pinky finger, okay? So fingers together, put it there, grab onto it with your thumb, okay? Wrap goes towards your pinky. Cover your knuckles, come back, shove this through so that you're holding onto the whole thing with your thumb, okay? Now you can spread your fingers. Get the wrap out of the way so you can see what I'm doing here. Spread your fingers nice and wide. That's going to hold the pad in place, okay? You can adjust it a little bit if need be. Okay? Once around, down to your wrist, up between your pinky and your ring finger. I like to go through here, pull that wrap all the way through, back through your pointer and your middle finger. Just gives you that nice little bar, okay? Once you've done that, you have this X. Don't pull it too tight because it will leave marks in between your fingers, okay? Don't pull it too tight. Once around the wrist, up to your knuckles. Now you start going a little bit tighter. Once around your knuckles, and then back down to your wrist. So now you're going to do it just as you did before. Once around the wrist, once around the knuckles, okay? To get your thumb, you're going to start on the bottom of your thumb here. Wrap around your whole thumb. Finish at the top. Alright? Again, once around, and then down. Make a tight fist. Velcro always goes around your wrist. And that's it. That's your wrap job. Okay, you open your hand up, bunch all this up, move it to this part of your hand, and you're done. While you're wrapping, you're starting to focus on what you're doing. Okay, if you're a beginner at boxing, you're starting to think, okay, I'm going to work on my jab today, I'm going to work on my stance, I'm going to work on keeping my hands up. Okay, if you're advanced, you're thinking, I'm going to work on moving to the right, moving to the left, I'm going to work on movement with the jab, whatever it is. Now's when you start thinking about it. You forget everything that's going on outside in your life, and you start thinking about what you're going to work on for the next hour or however long your session is. This is your time. Focus on what you're going to do. Once your hands are wrapped, we're going to move on to the next thing, which is skipping. Okay, so your hands are wrapped, you're ready to go, you know what you're going to work on today. Next part is skipping. Almost every gym is going to have an area where there's skipping ropes that you can borrow and you can use those, but really you should have your own skipping rope. They're like $5 to $10, and then it's your own. Okay? You grab your skipping rope, and the gym's going to be on a timer. The timers are usually set for either 2-minute rounds or 3-minute rounds. Okay, it doesn't matter what the time is. When the buzzer goes, you start skipping. Basic skipping. You're just trying to jump over the rope. That's it. Nice and easy, jumping over the rope. Alright, when you trip up, don't stop jumping. Keep jumping. Alright? Try to get into that rhythm. Get going again. Once you get going, you can start lifting your knees up. There's all sorts of stuff you can do while you're skipping. Crossovers with your feet. Crossovers with your hands. Double unders. Double unders with a crossover. Running on the spot. Running on the spot with a crossover. You mess up, keep jumping. And then away you go. So this is your time to get your heart rate up, warm up. If you're doing this primarily for fitness, you can start thinking about what you want to work on for your workout routine, whether it's abs or upper body, lower body, whatever it is. But you would do that after your skipping and the next part, which is shadow boxing.
Ain't no God on these streets in the heart of the jungle. Won't you follow?
So, you skipped, you warmed up, you thought about what you want to work on, the timer's still going. So after you skip, after you do that, what I'm going to demonstrate is the jabs, okay? Doesn't really matter what level you're at, you're always going to be working on your jab, okay? Whether it's your first day shadow boxing or your 50th year shadow boxing, the jab is a go-to, okay? If you're ever not sure what to work on, jab is the answer, okay? So, when you start shadow boxing, everything you do is going to be nice and slow, and you're just kind of getting everything ready. So, trying to find the little mistakes that you're making, okay? One of the big ones is leaning forward, okay? You start feeling weight on your front foot, get it right. Get your head over your back hip bone, okay? Bend that knee, nice long jab, making sure your hands are in the right position. All right, I'm doing the shadow boxing in the ring. I'm very lucky today, there's nobody else at the gym, so I'm able to do this. If there's 2 or 3 people in the ring, jump on in, it doesn't matter how many people. If it starts to get too crowded, then you can just shadow box outside of the ring, okay? The other thing you're kind of looking for, especially when you're getting started, is a mirror, all right? Shadow box in front of the mirror. If you see a mistake in yourself, well, your opponent's gonna see that mistake as well, right? So hands up, facing the mirror, get in your stance. Everything starts slow, making sure everything is picture perfect. I actually like to freeze with my punches fully extended. So I go all the way out, I make sure I'm not leaning forward, I make sure my other hand is in the right position. All right, I'm making sure I'm turning over the last second, not too early, okay? So I start with that, just nice, long, straight jabs. Using the mirror, punching myself in the chin. Bang, bang. Now depending on your level, you can start mixing it up. But now I wanna, if the jab is what I'm working on, I'm gonna start using movement with it. So I can step forward with my jab. I can step back with my jab. I can step to the left with my jab. I can step to the right with my jab. I can do it one of 2 ways. I can just step straight, or I can go forward and over, okay? And I incorporate that into my shadow boxing. So I'll throw some punches, there's the jab. Throw some punches, there's the jab. Double jab, right hand. Jab to the body. Jab stepping forward. Jab stepping to the left. Jab stepping to the right. Okay? Going through all the punches. Jab and then a slip. jab and then a fade, jab and then an under. Okay, everything. You're gonna work off of that jab. All right, go through them all. If it's the right hand you're working on, then you're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna throw my right hand, I'm gonna throw my right hand stepping back. I'm gonna throw my right hand, step to the right. I'm gonna throw my right hand while I step to the left. I throw my right hand as I step forward a little bit. You gotta learn how to throw all your punches from every angle at every range. So go through whichever punch you're working on that day and go through them all. Another thing I like to do is a lot of timers will have a 10-second warning, 30-second warning. Once that happens, I just throw punches. It doesn't matter what they are. Okay, I'm just gonna go through them all and just, you'll start to find your own rhythm, and this is where styles start to come into play. So I'll just throw whatever I want, okay? Don't worry too much about your technique when you're throwing them fast like that, but you do have to work on cleaning it up constantly, okay? So you're trying to always, clean it up. Anyways, once you've done 3 rounds of this, 3 rounds of shadow boxing, you move on to the next thing, which is working the heavy bag.
Streets in the heart of the jungle.
Okay, so you've skipped. You've done some shadow boxing. You know what you're working on. In the shadow boxing, you can tweak the way you throw your jab. You can work on the different ways to throw the jab. Okay, now you're gonna put it all to work on the heavy bag, okay? So throw on your gloves. And when it comes to hitting the heavy bag, a couple things you gotta know. You don't wanna push the bag with your punches. So when I'm hitting the heavy bag, I'm not gonna lean into it and push the bag. Okay, you want snappy punches. You want the bag at the end of your punches. All right, so again, we're working on the jab, and I'm gonna actually start pretty slow, just like I did in my shadow boxing, making sure everything is picture perfect, head above my back hip bone, start with the jab. And all I'm doing right now is finding my range. As you can see, it was already off. I was a little bit too close, so I adjusted. Get it right. Now, once it's right, I can start throwing my punches. So now I can snap them up. I can move back a little bit. The bag is going to swing a little bit. I can step in with my jab. Okay, I can jab and slip. Bang! Underneath. Okay, start adding my other punches. 1, 2. Okay? Always moving. The bag is at the end of my punches. Again, I'm not pushing my punch, and the bag's going crazy. When you're starting out, this is a hard thing to learn. If the bag gets going crazy on you, all right, you're going to stop it. And then right back to work. Moving around the bag. You can mix it up with your punches. Throw them hard if you want. As long as the bag's not moving crazy, you're good. If the bag starts swinging just like it is now, you're never going to hit the bag while it swings towards you. Okay, this is how you hurt your wrist, you can hurt your shoulder. Never when it's coming towards you. Okay? Hit it at the top. That's okay. And then you're going to move. Alright? If you're not sure which way to move, don't worry about that either. You'll figure that out as you go along. The more you do your boxing classes and your sessions, you'll figure all that out, okay? But never, never, never hit the bag while it's swinging towards you. You're always gonna try to take angles, and then you can hit it. At the top, bang! At the top, bang! Okay? So, 3 rounds on the heavy bag. All right, that should really get your heart rate going. After that, if you're going to be doing your whatever Tabata routine, abs, whatever you want to do, then that's when you go ahead and do that. Or you could start doing some of the work on the other bags, which is the speed bag is the next one I would do. All right, you've wrapped up, you've skipped, you've done your shadow boxing, you've hit the heavy bag. Now we're moving on to the speed bag. This is more like a cool down type thing. Okay, when you're hitting the speed bag, first thing you want to do is make sure it's the right height. You want it about head height, okay? A little bit of higher is okay. You don't want it below your shoulders, all right? Once you get going, you want to hit with this part of your hand, almost as if you're stabbing it. All right? All you want to do is get the bag to hit 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then you hit it again. 1, 2, 3. Hit it again. So start real slow. Real slow in your stance, always. Real slow. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Once you get the rhythm, you're going to try to switch your hand. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Always in my stance. Once I've done about 4 or 5 on one hand, switch to the other hand. 4 or 5 on one hand, switch to the other hand. Okay? Once you get that rhythm, you can start going one at a time. When you're doing one at a time, you want your head to go from one side to the other side. Okay? After that, it's just a matter of how far you want to take it, how fast you want to go, all sorts of little tricks. The one little thing that I do want to see people do more is the hitting it straight and then coming across. Okay? Hit it straight and then come across. So as you're going, hit it straight, come across. Straight, come across. Straight. And then that's how you hit the speed bag. Again, it's as far as you want to take it. All sorts of tricks you can do. I don't know, the tricks don't really do anything, but you gotta work the speed bag a little bit, get those shoulders going, cool down a little bit. And then you can hit the double-ended bag if you like. That's a whole other thing. We'll get into that. That's an optional thing. You can pick one or the other, the double-ended bag or the speed bag. That doesn't matter. You can do both. Okay, and everything is 3 rounds. So you're gonna do 3 rounds on the speed bag, after 3 rounds on the heavy bag, after the 3 rounds of shadow boxing and 3 rounds of skipping. Okay, so it's 3 rounds of everything. For those of you that are going to compete, I would say 6 rounds of shadow boxing and 6 rounds of the heavy bag before you do this stuff. All right, and that's it. We'll go over the double-ended bag a little bit, and that's that. Okay, double-ended bag. So you can hit it without the gloves. I prefer with the gloves. All right. Most people hit it with gloves on. All right. This is for accuracy, weight transfer, that sort of stuff. Accuracy, wear your gloves when you're working on accuracy, because the weight of the glove definitely changes how accurate you're going to be. Okay? So with the double-ended bag, if you're brand new, all you're going to do is hit it a couple times, okay? Just get used to having this bag bouncing around in front of you, okay? Spend some time, a couple rounds, getting to know that bag. As you get more advanced, weight transfer is how you hit this bag, all right? You're going to transfer that weight into the bag as you punch, all right? From here, you can start adding your other punches. You can go 1, 2. A couple different ways to hit the double-ended bag. One is the weight transfer way, where you're transferring that weight every time. Okay? That's the way I like to do it. The other way is a speed way, where you almost get the bag to do the work for you, and you just kind of tap it. You see a lot of people doing this sort of stuff. Okay? It is good. You get the muscles to fire fast, but I like the weight transfer way personally. All right? As you go through it, start adding your unders. Okay? You can go to the body a little bit, top. And again, it's as far as you want to take it. Again, 3 rounds on the double-ended bag. And that's all there is. You could even do some defense stuff, catch it, throw back. A lot of slip in. Okay? But yeah. Double-ended bag, speed bag, heavy bag. Make sure, you know, if you're going to a boxing gym, make sure they have all that stuff. Make sure they have a double-ended bag, a speed bag, a heavy bag, a ring. Ring's not even that important. A lot of boxing gyms are starting that now. They don't have a boxing ring, but you can still get your work in. And that's it. That's basically the secret to boxing gyms. Now you know.